Share 8. Uncle Tommy. The thing about "there but for the grace of God go I" that really helped me in early sobriety was when I was in that rehab was that a distant relative of mine had committed suicide either on the day before he had to go to the very same rehab or on the day he got out. He just could not handle the stigma of being an alcoholic. He died in his car of carbon monoxide poisoning from the exhaust pipe of his car in his own garage. This was a guy that my mother had grown up with, and basically I just said to myself, I'm not going to let this disease do to me what it did to Uncle Tommy. I mean, there were other reasons, other motivating forces behind me wanting to get sober, to stay sober, when I walked out of that rehab, but that was one of them. And then, if it hadn't been for Uncle Tommy, I could have been an Uncle Tommy myself. Subsequently, both of his children joined AA, and I see them every summer. Anyway, I was about 3 months sober, and I was walking out of a 10 a.m. AA meeting, and I got into my automobile, and I turned on the news, and the space shuttle Challenger had just blown up moments before, maybe right when we had been saying the Serenity Prayer. And I just realized, they didn't have much of a choice as to whether they lived or died. But I sort of do have this sort of self-preserving way to keep myself alive, and it is to keep coming back to this AA thing. The tragic death of the Challenger astronauts stunned the world, but out of death can come something good, for it also, in a curious way, motivated me as I walked out of the meeting as a newcomer, for I saw how precious and fleeting life is, and I had been destroying mine. There were just about the same number of people at the meeting as there were astronauts in the shuttle, so that the parallel helped drive the point home, and the people in the meeting were from all walks of life, as had been the flight crew at that time. There was even a woman schoolteacher astronaut that NASA had picked that year, for example.